In 1852, they discovered gold in Montana. Today, you can find gold in Montana through leadcruncher.com. You can buy a property in foreclosure at leadcruncher.com. I'll show you how to look for the properties, how to search them, and then I give you a link with instruction on how the foreclosure process works in Montana, as well as a promo code that you can get all the records of foreclosures in Montana every day just for $1 the first month. We are at leadcruncher.com. LeadCruncher offers many different types of data as well as tools for you to be able to connect the dots. Log into your account at LeadCruncher. On the top left side, there are 4 sets of data. There is assessor data with 155 million records. For example, the state of Montana has 840,000 parcels of properties. Then there is a pre-foreclosure data, which is the topic of this video. Next to it is successor data with 2.9 million properties. And the state of Montana currently has 7,041 records of properties that one person or the only one entitled passed away. These are properties in transition. Some will have to go through probate. Some do not have to go. If the properties are held in a living trust or joint tenancy, they are exempt from probate. Next to that is probate list. These records come from court case filings. Let's go back to pre-foreclosure records. I want to give you a couple of tips here that will help you to understand the foreclosure process better. There is the daily sold foreclosures, and I want you to download this Excel file on the bottom. Montana foreclosures are indexed in 2 different categories: notice of foreclosure sale and notice of trustee sale. You can see the graph. This graph goes back 5 years, and this is the COVID and then the moratorium. As you can see here, the government suppressed the foreclosure market, and once that was lifted, then the foreclosures took off. You can study the graph year to year, month to month, even for any county that you wish to study it. Now let's go to step 1. There are 1.4 million property records, and we're going to give this search a name, Montana pre-foreclosures. We select the state of Montana. This number drops down to 1,283 records. You can select based on the zip code, based on the city, county, state, any way you want. You can search and select. For example, if I want to get the records for Jefferson, with one click, I can be as specific as that and get those records. On the step 3, you have the ability to select between properties that are owned by investors or individuals. 90% of the properties are typically owned by individuals, 10% are owned by investors. You can also tell the system, I want to go back 6 months, I want to go back 12 months, I want to go back 5 years. For the purpose of this video, we're going to leave everything here just like the way it is. Don't worry about the section on the bottom because we are tracking 3,200 counties across the country. Some of these notices may not apply to Montana, but it will apply to another. For example, newly filed complaint only applies to Illinois, but leave this portion alone. We go to the next step. Now here you can get very creative. There are 4 categories of properties: residential, commercial, industrial, and farmland, and there are 320 different property types. If you just want residential, great, you can just select residential. With one click, you can check all of them. We have 1,283 records. We're going to click on Save and Checkout. On the next page, we're going to click on Export. And yes, we want all these records. While these records are processing, let me give you a little bit of insight as to what is taking place. Right now, this data is being put together. I have a lot of specific fields that I requested. For example, we have a table for assessment, which is 154 million records. There is active loan, has to do with any property in the country that has a loan on it. There's about 80 million properties across the country with active loan. And there is a notice of default with 1.4 million records. The interesting about LeadCruncher is that you can create your output file any way you want. By all means, explore it. See, you can be as creative as you want. You can get as much information as you want on the foreclosure records. Some people just want to get the property address and mailing address and owner information. Another person want to know the trustee's phone number, trustee's number, so they can contact and get an update on the foreclosure. Everything is available here, and this data gets updated every day. That means tomorrow, if there is new record come for Montana, I'll get an email saying you have new records waiting for you. All I have to do is just log into my account at pre-foreclosure. I go to order checkout, just like here I did this search for Oklahoma. and there was 495 records at the time I processed the search, and there are 7 more records. I can just click and add those records, and these records are now being generated. You can see here on the left side, the system said that my data is ready. If I refresh the page, I can download this file from here, or a copy of this data is being sent to Data Manager. I'm at Data Manager. If I click on Files, we can see all the records here that have come from assessor data, pre-foreclosure, successor data, or probate, or the files that you might choose to upload yourself. All of this data will go to post office. The system will validate and standardize all of your addresses. At the same time, is able to read all of those standardized addresses and tells you how many times a property shows up in more than one file. You can rename the file any way you want. And if I click on this file, now I go to Data Enhanced. And in here, it will tell me there are 63 duplicate mailing addresses and 65 duplicate property addresses. As you know, sometimes a property will get multiple notices. We can dedupe the property and mailing addresses. We can do a lot of things here. I like to take these records from here and move them to the dialer. And we're going to give it a file name. A copy of this file now being sent to Triple Dialer. If I click on Files, I can see my file is right here. I can click on this file here. I can escape trace for phone and email with one click. I can look at the property here. Let's say if I like this property, the estimated value is $516,000. If I want to get more information about this property, I can even escape trace the record right here. With one click, I can generate the phone and email for that property, and I can contact the owner to see if they want to sell the property. By default, there is a script on the left side. You can modify it, but the script is pretty good. Just as I promised at the beginning of the video, I am going to put a link for you to download this document that explains foreclosure process in the state of Montana, as well as how you can get all the foreclosure records in Montana for 1 month only for $1. If you like the content of this video, you find more videos like it on my channel. We hear this from people all the time, but those little mouse clicks will go a long way to help me in the algorithm. So please click the little thumb guide. Please subscribe and help yourself with all my tools linked in the description. These are tools me and my teams have developed over the years. Tools I wish I had when I started in real estate. Thank you for watching and have a great day.